Vítajte, priatelia. Ahojte ešte raz. Vítame vás na našom takom komornejšom a hodne uvoľnenejšom talku, ktorý budeme mať s kapelou Pyramid Park. A tak ich rovno pozývam. Poďte k nám. You can have a seat. Well, we have a different seat for drummers, so wait a second.
Thanks. Good.
All good? So peaceful. Yeah. No, ešte raz vítajte. Ja tieto úvody nikdy nezvládam, lebo mám pocit, že to je zbytočne sa pretvarujeme, ale oni totiž to vedia, že ich niečo čaká, čo viem iba ja. A
You are ready for whatever he has prepared for you.
hej.
We are not ready.
Že nie sú vôbec pripravení na to, čo ich čaká.
Ale nie, tak to poviem, že za 2 dni, ktoré sú tu, sa mi už podarilo vyrobiť si nejaký vzťah s nimi. Špeciálne s Livajom, ktorý je ich Benjamin a má rád, by som až povedal, že dead jokes. Takže to je taký to vidíte podľa tváre. A ostatní sú takí milí. Ono to vidíte aj podľa rozdielného oblečenia, že oni sú slušní, on nie, oni sú hudobníci, nie, to som nechcel. A tak. Ale bude to aj vážne, dozviete sa aj trošku viac z ich príbehov životných, takže verím, že to nebude len taká sranda. Ale najprv by som sa vás chcel veľmi opýtať, že čo je podľa vás, už ste to nejaký ten deň, že čo je to najlepšie, čo ste na Slovensku zatiaľ videli?
The question is, what is the best thing you have seen in Slovakia so far?
Maj?
Everything.
Proste
Boring.
všetko.
The landscape is beautiful.
Máte nádhernú prírodu,
The people are beautiful.
krásnych ľudí
Campfest is beautiful.
a skvelý campfest.
The driving is beautiful.
Že si veľmi užívajú cestovanie po
Especially
Slovensku.
this man.
A najmä, keď ich vozí Marek.
Dobre, ja to vysvetlím, aby to nebolo trápne. Ja som ich omyl, lebo oni majú svoju guideku, ktorá to ale ešte nie je. A keď prišli prvý deň, tak ja som sa ponúkol, že ja ich budem voziť. A my máme také nové auto tu, ktoré má automat, je taká veľká dodávka. A viete, keď chcete na automate preradiť rýchlosť, tak tú spojku stlačiť veľmi nemôžete. A ja som ju 3-krát za sebou stlačil, takže leteli takto všetci. Ale aspoň vedia, ako Slováci šoférujú. Je pravda, že ešte druhý fail som urobil slovenský hneď ako prvú vec, že keď prišli, tak som im ponúkol, či si dajú pivo alebo vodu. Ja viem, že to úplne nie je hodné ku kresťanskému festivalu, ale nič iné mi nenapadlo po anglicky rýchlo, takže som nevedel nič iné, iba toto. No ale vybrali ste si správne. Poďme na ďalšiu otázočku. Mňa hrozne zaujíma, že ako vy 4 ste sa dali dokopy, pretože čo?
The four of you got together.
Well, it's a long story.
Takže to bude trošku dlhší príbeh.
So I started Pyramid Park 5 years ago,
Ja osobne som začal ten projekt Pyramid Parku pred 5 rokmi
and it's always had a collective feel to it.
a vždy sa tam tak striedali ľudia, bolo to také viac kolektívne.
So there's about 6 of us that play at different times.
Celkovo sa nás okolo 6 ľudí sa tak prestriedalo
And when one person can't make it, someone else jumps in.
a vždy, keď niekto vypadol, tak akurát ho takto iný nahradil.
So Matt and I first played 2018 together.
A s Mattom sme hrali od 2018 spolu,
Aaron 2019.
Aaron prišiel o rok neskôr
And we don't know who this guy is.
Because he was born in 2019
a
or something.
toto je čierna ovca, ho nepoznáme.
OK, takže a kde to bolo, že ste sa stretli? Lebo čo bol casting na kapelu, alebo ste dali nejaký inzerát?
Where did you meet? Do you have a casting or...
I'm trying to remember. We met. You tell the story. Arkyard.
Pete and I met at a Christian music industry event in
Christian
England.
music industry event.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sounds
So
bigger than it
serious.
is.
Really?
Yeah.
No, takže s Pítom sme
Was
sa
Hillsong?
stretli.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Big Church Day Out. Has anyone heard of that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Pete and I met through Big Church Day Out. And that is basically how it started, isn't it? Yeah.
Takže v nejakom bode sme sa stretli na takej obrovskej akcii pre kresťanských hudobníkov a nejak sme sa dali dokopy a odvtedy hráme spolu.
And then Pete and I met through another drummer. So this is Matt, and then I have a friend called Matt that I used to live with, and that's how he introduced us. And I came along for a gig. We met at a rehearsal, and we went from there.
Že my sme sa stretli cez bubeníka Meta, nie toho, ktorý je tu s nimi, ale ešte iného, s ktorým on vtedy býval. A nejak sme spolu zahrali si, mali nejaký jam a potom už sme pokračovali spolu v kapele.
Me and Aaron, we met at a Christian conference in the UK, similar to Campfest, but in the UK.
My sme sa stretli na kresťanskej konferencii v Británii, teda ja s Aaronom.
And then Aaron introduced me to Pete, and we met at our first rehearsal, which was a month or two ago, I think, no?
Potom ma zoznámil so Zvýškom, priniesol ma na prvú skúšku kapely, ktorá bola asi 2 mesiace dozadu.
Now I can understand everything. It was 2 months ago. Really? So it means that you are so good player, or they just had no other option, or?
No počkaj, to vážne len 2 mesiace dozadu? To si taký dobrý hráč, alebo ako to je možné, že spolu hráte tak dobre?
I was a little desperate.
This is Levi's audition. So, how has he done? Has he done a good job?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Že majú z toho stresy, ale že toto je pre neho taký test, že či naozaj ostane v kapele, alebo nie.
Hej, ostane. Budúci rok vás zavoláme znova, ale iba s ním, inak nie.
Next year, if we call you, only with him.
He's my best friend now. Okay. Ale Campfest nie je len o takých, že haha, sranda, všetko, ale je to naozaj o tom, že my sa snažíme tu vždycky pozvať ľudí, ktorí sú kresťania a majú nejaký príbeh s Bohom a ja by som možno chcel ešte, asi tu pieseň budete hrať, ale pieseň, ktorá sa volá Father, Father. Môže nám trošku povedať viac o tom, ako táto pieseň vznikla a ten tvoj príbeh za ňou celý?
Campfest is not just fun and games, we also want to tell a story, and you tell your story through this song, so maybe you can say something about how you created it and how it came together.
Yeah. So, Father, Father is a song I always wanted to write.
Father, Father, čiže Otče, Otče, je pieseň, ktorú som vždy túžil napísať.
And it probably took me years to find the words and the melody that just summed up an experience in my life.
Ale trvalo mi mnoho rokov, kým som naozaj prišiel na tie správne slova, ktoré by vystihli môj život.
When I was 11 years old, we found out my dad had cancer and he died 3 weeks later.
A keď som mal 11 rokov, tak sme sa dozvedeli, že môj otec trpí rakovinou a vlastne 3 týždne potom, čo sme sa to dozvedeli, tak aj zomrel.
It was very sudden and my whole world changed very quickly.
Prišlo to z ničoho nič a veľmi náhle to zmenilo celý môj svet.
What was quite interesting, my dad always talked about heaven wherever he went, even when I was really young.
Čo však bolo zaujímavým, že môj otec všade, kde prišiel, tak rozprával o nebi. Asi to pamätám, aj keď som bol veľmi malý, tak stále hovoril o nebi.
And so I grew up with this real understanding that this world is only temporary and there is another world out there, heaven, and he was convinced he was going to heaven.
A tak, hoci som bol mladý, tak som vyrastal s takým presvedčením, že tento svet je naozaj len dočasný a že smerujeme ešte niekam inám. A mal som istotu, že teda on pokračoval do toho neba, o ktorom hovoril.
And he had a strong faith in Jesus. And so the day he died, I was sitting there was my mum, me, and then a guy in our church.
A naozaj môj otec mal takú veľmi silnú vieru. Pamätám si na ten deň, keď zomrel, sme sedeli spolu s mojou mamou a s človekom od nás zo zboru.
And a while later, I was on the floor of the room processing some of what had just happened, watching my dad die in front of me.
A tak som len sedel na zemi a tak premýšľal o tom všetkom, čo sa stalo, o tom, že vlastne zomrel môj otec a musím sa s tým nejako vyrovnať.
And I heard this voice in my head.
A zrazu som počul nejaký hlas v mojej hlave,
I'd never heard this voice before,
ktorý som dovtedy nepočul,
but I knew it wasn't my mind playing tricks on me.
ale vedel som, že to nie je len nejaké svedomie v mojej mysli.
And I knew it wasn't me just thinking things.
Vedel som, že to si len nedomýšľam, že to nie je len zo mňa.
And the voice said, you can choose for me to be your father or reject me. You choose.
A ten hlas mi povedal, že môžeš si mňa vybrať ako svojho otca, alebo ma môžeš odmietnúť.
Even as I say this now, I can put myself right in that place because it's such a vivid memory.
Aj keď to už bolo veľmi dávno, pamätám si na to veľmi presne. Naozaj je to taká pevne ukorenená myšlienka v mojej hlave.
And so I prayed a prayer back to God because I realized this must be God.
A tak som sa vtedy začal modliť k Bohu, lebo som si uvedomil, že to, čo ku mne hovorí, musí byť Boh.
And I just said, God, please be my father, help.
A tak som mu povedal, Bože, prosím, buď mojim otcom, pomôž mi.
It's probably one of the most powerful prayers I've ever prayed.
Je to jedna z najsilnejších modlitieb, ako som sa kedy modlil.
It was simple,
Bola jednoduchá,
but it was honest.
ale bola úprimná.
And since then, I encountered lots of father figures for the next 5 years.
Odvtedy sa v mojom živote vyskytlo viacero ľudí, ktorí boli pre mňa takými otcami.
And it was like every stage of my life, another man would show up who would demonstrate the father heart of God.
A naozaj sa mi stávalo, že v akejkoľvek životnej situácii som bol, tak sa tam zrazu objavil človek, ktorý bol naozaj zobrazením alebo stelesnením toho Božieho srdca.
Most of this was in the church. Most of this was in the church.
A väčšinu z týchto skúseností alebo stretnutí som zažil na pôde cirkvi,
But the first one was one of my teachers.
ale prvýkrát to bolo v škole, bol to jeden z mojich učiteľov.
And he happened to, I just moved school to high school, and he called me over and he said, I lost my mum when I was 11, liver cancer, same cancer, and I just want you to know that I understand exactly what you're going through.
Bol to jeden z mojich učiteľov na strednej škole, keď som tam prišiel a zrazu mi hovoril o tom, ako jeho mama zomrela na rakovinu, keď on mal 11 rokov a cestou sme sa tak zblížili, že prešiel niečím podobným.
And I began to see very quickly the father heart of God as he guided me and protected me and began to heal me.
A tak aj cez neho som mal možnosť naozaj tak pocítiť to Božie srdce, ktoré ma mohlo sprevádzať, uzdravovať a pomáhať mi žiť.
So years later, I tried to write a song about the experience and I could never find the words or the melody.
A tak mnoho rokov som sa naozaj snažil túto skúsenosť nejak opísať, ale nedarilo sa mi nájsť správne slova, nedarilo sa mi nájsť melódiu.
And until one day I sat down and this song kind of dropped on me almost exactly word for word without editing the song at all.
Až pokiaľ jeden deň naozaj zrazu z ničoho nič mi ako keby padla do lona tá pieseň, naozaj slovo po slove, nemusel som tam robiť ani veľa úprav, ani ničoho.
I believe it's a gift from God. And I've had so many conversations with people who have lost their dad, who have lost a loved one, or who have never known their dad.
A tak naozaj verím tomu, že tá pieseň je darom od Boha a aj vďaka nej som už mal mnoho konverzácií s ľuďmi, ktorí tiež prišli o otca, alebo prišli o mamu, alebo dokonca nikdy nepoznali svojho otca.
And now I'm in the process of writing a book about grief and loss and telling my story through different stages of life to try and help people beyond, because I feel like the song has only done so much and the book might be able to help push that further forward.
A nakoľko vidím, aký dosah má tá pieseň, tak by som chcel ešte ho rozšíriť a preto som sa rozhodol napísať knihu. A teraz akurát píšem knihu, v ktorej trošku dám dokopy ten svoj zážitok. Bude to kniha aj o zármutku, o tom, ako sa vyrovnať s takýmito ťažkými situáciami.
Keď sme pri tej knihe, tak knižka ešte nie je, ale ak chcete podporiť tento projekt Pyramid Park, tak môžete si kúpiť ich merch, ktorý je tam, v tom rohu. A oni budú veľmi radi, pretože je to naozaj podpora pre nich a na to, aby mohli ďalej tvoriť. A je to skvelá vec, takže ak máte nejakú chuť minúť zo pár eur, tak teraz je ten čas. A teda teraz, kým odídu domov, pretože za chvíľku odlietajú domov a už sa uvidíme až inokedy. No, tak. A ešte máme čas na 2 otázky a mne, už budú seriózne, a mne pri tom, ako si hovoril, napadla taká asi dôležitá vec, že ty tvoríš piesne a tvoria aj oni piesne? Majú aj oni svoje vlastné texty alebo piesne?
I generally write a lot on my own.
Veľmi veľa toho píšem, akože keď som sám v samote.
But I do co-write with several other people.
Ale veľmi rád aj spolupracujem na piesniach. Mám viacero spoluautorov, s ktorými tvoríme spolu.
One person I wrote with is a poet in the US.
Spolupracujem s jedným básnikom z Ameriky.
We did a song called Bitterness last night, which Lydia sang.
Včera večer s nami Lydia spievala pieseň Bitterness, čiže taká ako keby horkosť. A to je pieseň, ktorú spolu napísal ten básnik.
And that song started with seeing her poem on Instagram and then making contact and saying, hey, can I write a song using some of your lyrics?
A ten text vznikol, že ten básnik, respektíve je to žena, som sa dozvedel, čiže básnička uverňovala časti svojich básní na Instagram a som to videl a tak som jej napísal, že či môžem to použiť ako text piesne.
A vy máte nejaké, aj mimo Pyramid Parku, máte niečo, že tvoríte niečo sami doma?
I've written some of my own material.
Ja som tiež napísal zo pár vlastných vecí.
But at the moment I work with artists of all different kinds, recording bass parts and helping with arrangement of material.
Ale teraz najmä pomáham mnohým umelcom a hudobníkom v nahrávaní ich nahrávok, pomáham im práve s basgitarou, s aranžmánmi, s čímkoľvek potrebujú pomôcť v tejto oblasti.
Dobre. OK. A ešte jedna otázka. A čo robíte v normálnom živote? Lebo až si s hudbou sa úplne všetci živia. Máte nejaký taký, že normálny, že at a gas station or, you know, Peter was working in print shop?
I'm a technical manager for a venue, so similar to Marek.
Really? That's why.
Ja som vlastne technickým manažerom pre
eventové miesta.
Áno, čiže tak ako Marek.
Yeah, I work as a bass player and as a sound
That's a
engineer.
dream job.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, just bass player and sound engineer, that's it.
Thing, you know.
Takže ja hrám na basu, jednoducho, a tým sa živím.
I'm a designer by day. I have a clothing company, and a musician by night.
What kind of company?
For the clothing.
Aha, čiže ja som dizajnér, cez deň vyrábam oblečenie a v noci tvorím muziku.
Cool.
And I do a mix of, well, next week I finish a job working in manufacturing t-shirts, making t-shirts, and also Pyramid Park, and I work for a record label services company helping other artists market themselves.
Takže ja z hodou okolností budúci týždeň budem končiť z práci alebo s prácou, kde sme tvorili trička, vyrábali sme trička. Do toho sa veľa venujem práve Pyramid Parku a popri tom pomáham iným umelcom, keď nahrávajú a robia si marketing, tak som im nápomocný v tomto.
Vidíte, čiže on už o týždeň prestane vyrábať tie trička, takže budú drahšie, takže ak si ich musíte kúpiť dneska. Alebo niečo také. That was a really good job, but...
Those t-shirts
Yeah.
made by me, made by my hands, limited edition.
Jedinečná príležitosť. Prešli jeho rukami tie tričká.
Ďakujeme za to, že ste tu prišli.
Pleasure.
Lebo nie je to jednoduché prísť tu počas leta a do inej krajiny, všetky tie komplikácie okolo letov, ale verím, že ste si to užili u nás, že sa vám páči na Slovensku a že ešte prídete.
Don't know about that. We would love to. Both times, Matt and I have been to Slovakia, have been very special, and we're so grateful for what you guys do, for welcoming us. We've had a great tour guide. We've had manager. She's now our manager, you know.
Manager for Slovakia, or from Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Je to veľkou radosťou byť tu. Naozaj si to užívame. S Metom sme tu už druhýkrát a naozaj je to skvelé vidieť, čo robíte, ako sa o nás staráte. Máme skvelú pomoc, aj našu sprievodkyňu, ktorá je s nami, pomaly už je našou manažerkou, takže je to paráda byť tu.
Ešte jedna vec, úplne nakoniec, sľubujem. Vy nie ste nejaká worshipová kapela a na Campfest ľudia chodia, že hlavne uctievať a tie koncerty sú len taký doplnok pre nich. Ale musím naozaj povedať, že s každým, s kým som sa rozprával od včera a takisto aj 2 roky dozadu, tak naozaj povedali, že pri vašom koncerte zažili niečo veľmi špeciálne, že veľa ľudí zažilo naozaj Boží dotyk počas koncertu, čo je úplne netypické pre takéto performance.
Thank you. For me, I really believe that there's this space between kingdom and culture that sometimes we can easily do the church thing and not break out into reaching people and creating an atmosphere for God to move.
Ďakujem, že to hovoríš. Cítim, že je celkom taký medzipriestor medzi cirkvou a kostolom a medzi kultúrou a tým, ako ľudia žijú. A že je veľmi dôležité práve tam vstupovať a prinášať to Božie práve tam a nechať Boha premieňať ľudí v tom, čo poznajú.
So, I come from a worship leading background. I am a worship leader. Yeah.
Hej, čiže sú aj časy, kedy vediem chvály a naozaj som taký chválič, uctievač.
But for me, there's a safety just doing that. And I believe that God's presence can impact people anywhere. And music is so powerful that if you can write songs that can talk about God, carry something that is of His presence, you can change a room.
Ale že práve to uctievanie je také ako keby komfortné miesto, bezpečné. Ale verím, že Pán Boh sa chce dotýkať naozaj každého a práve preto chcem tvoriť hudbu alebo viem, že ňou môže prísť Božia prítomnosť, ktorá naozaj dokáže zmeniť celú atmosféru.
And when you're on stage, you go from almost performance mode, where you are delivering a set, to you suddenly see a song connect with people, and the atmosphere changes in the room.
Deje sa nám to aj pri koncertoch, že sme v takom nastavení koncertnom, ale zrazu vidíme, ako sa Boh dotýka ľudí, ako tie texty sa ich dotýkajú a ako zrazu naozaj celá atmosféra sa mení.
And you can't always understand why, but you have to follow that moment and try and maximize it to make room for people to encounter God.
Nie vždy si to vieme vysvetliť, prečo a ako sa to deje, ale snažíme sa naozaj takéto momenty uchopiť a potom ich znásobiť, mať ich čo najviac.
A lot of my songs are currently being played in clothing stores in the UK, like Next and other random stores.
Veľa z piesní, čo som napísal, teraz hrajú do pozadia rôzne obchody s oblečením, že tam vojdete a v pozadí hraje hudba.
And I believe that some people will encounter God while they're shopping through that.
A tak naozaj sa nádejam, že sa Boh ľudí dotkne počas nakupovania oblečenia.
So I guess it's about making sure we do a good job, we deliver really well, but that we're really open to what the Holy Spirit is doing in moments like these.
Takže sa snažíme robiť čo najlepšiu prácu v tom, čo robíme, ale veríme, že Boh si to použije a že jeho duch naozaj bude cez to konať, čo len on chce.
And that's what I get really excited about, that intangible God moment.
A to sú naozaj pre mňa také vzácne momenty, kedy mám až husiu kožu z toho, ako sa Boh dotýka, aký je naozaj taký neuchopiteľný.
Okay, one more thing to add. I've heard your song in Tesco in Slovakia. So it's not only in UK. Just to, just ask for money from Tesco.
Marek dokonca počul ich pieseň v Tesku na Slovensku, takže ak niekto pracujete pre Tesco, tak im zaplate, hej?
Takže ďakujeme vám za to, že sme sa trošku mohli spoznať a porozprávať. A teraz ešte nám zahrajte 4 piesne, ktoré asi budú tiež výnimočné a verím, že tam bude aj tá Father Father.
Thank you that we had this chance to get together and that we got to talk and now you're gonna play for us and we hope to hear Father Father.
Of course.
A ešte na konci vám prídem sa s vami rozlúčiť po 4 piesniach a poďakujem vám za to, že ste tu boli s nami. Tak hrajte, tešíme sa.
Here we are. Thanks for coming. One sec, and we'll get sorted. Is that just me? Okay, great. We're good. So we're going to play 4 songs for you. You're welcome to stand or sit. It doesn't really matter. Standing is quite nice for us, but this first song is a song called Never Let Me Down, and it was written in 2018 with a friend of mine called s.r.o, and we were talking about just some frustrations we were having, and I said a line to him. I said, I feel like I'm drifting between my head and my heart, and I don't know which one's right. Should I do what my head is saying or my heart is saying? And this whole song talks about, how do I know that it's you, God? How do I know that you're speaking to me? And so the song talks about, I think I'm drifting between the head and the heart. How do I know it's you? Oh, I'm listening for the faintest of thoughts. I know you hear me. And then it just talks about, I've seen and I've heard hanging on to your words, and I'm not going to stop, as if you'd ever let me down. And kind of reminding myself, you know, even if we are not sure about life and where we're going, whether we're going this way or that way, there is a center point where God doesn't let us down, and where he says, you know what, regardless of what you're going through, we can still rely on him and still trust on him. And so we talked a lot. When you write songs, you talk a lot about, you know, oh, what should we write about? And you get a bit stressed sometimes about making sure you try and finish a song. This time we just sat back and just chatted as friends for maybe an hour or more and just caught up. And as we did that, the lyrics of the song came together. So that's the story of the song anyway. And we seem to be having some problems here on stage as well. So we'll get it all sorted. Don't you worry. We'll just cut the sound. Everyone hot in here? Who's feeling hot? What level of hot are we feeling? Yeah, I am as well. I sweat. It's warmer than in the UK. Anyone been to the UK? Yay! Oh, quite a lot of people. I hope you didn't go to London Luton, because it's the worst. Oh, you did? Yeah. It's a great place, isn't it? Sightseeing is good there. We're all good, I think. All right, we're just going to check this guitar works and that we've got no problems, and then we'll get playing this song for you. How's it going, Levi? Yeah? All right, here we go.
I think I'm drifting between the head and how do I know that it's you? Oh, I'm listening for the faintest of. I know you hear me, and I've seen little birds hanging on to your words, and I'm not gonna stop. As if you'd ever let me down, and I feel I can hear that you want me to know you can never let me down, never let me down. From the start to the end, oh I know this is real, you can never let me down. I was drowning in the cycle of doubt, trying to figure it out, don't want to fake it, but there is light in the dust, light in my dust, and I've seen and I've heard hanging on to your words, and I'm not gonna stop, as if you'd ever let me down, and I feel I can hear that you want me to know you can never let me down, never let me down. From the start to the end, oh I know this is real, you can never let me down. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. This is where I grow, in the silence, tuning out my voice, as if you'd ever let me slip into the cracks, 'cause you know you can never let me down, never let me down. From the start to the end, oh I know this is real, you can never let me down.
Thank you. This next song is called Unsettled, and you guys may remember it if you were there last. Who was there last night, by the way? Give us a Wasn't it fun? I'm kind of tempted to play Not an Island, but I don't think we've got time. You had it twice yesterday. This song, as I said last night, was written right at the start of the pandemic, and my life felt like it was falling apart. Every single Pyramid Park event was falling out, and I didn't know what was going on, and so wrote this song pretty much sitting in my yellow chair in the studio and pouring my heart out to God. And this feels to me like a worship song, even though it's like not really worship lyrics. So I hope you enjoy it, and we're going to do a slightly more acoustic-y version of it. So here we go.
Feeling the wild winds of waking, and all my best intentions thrown. Could hear that pin drop to the floor, seconds later exploding. Feeling the wild winds of waking. I'm unsettled. I can't shake it off. I'm unsettled. I can't shake it off. Pick up my ball of thoughts and throw it. I'll let the wind direct its path. Could hear that pin drop to the floor, and seconds later exploding. Pick up my ball of thoughts and throw it. I'm unsettled. I can't shake it off. I'm unsettled. I can't shake it off. Unsettled. I can't shake it off. I'm unsettled. I can't shake it off. 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 Can't shake it off. I can't shake it off. Can't shake it off. I can't shake it off. I can't shake it off. Can't shake it off.
Thank you. I love that sound at the end there. Just keeps on going and going and going. You guys have heard me talk about Father already, so I won't say too much. But you know, if you're grieving right now, the heart of God is a heart of love. He loves you. And sometimes in our faith we can overcomplicate things. And the bottom line is Jesus came to send his Son that we may have everlasting life. And the Father's heart is always a heart of love towards us. And yeah, we all mess up. I certainly do. But deep, deep down, when we get to the core of it, he loves you. And for some of us in this room, we just need to receive that love again today. Just remind ourselves, I'm loved, I'm loved, I'm loved. Whoops. Sorry, wrong key.
You're with us in every breath, in the lonely hour, and in the place of pain. Closer than a brother, closer than a friend. You are with us, living in us. Father, Father, holding the hand of the orphan child, and the widowed mother. Father, Father, holding the hand of the orphan child. You're here with me, you're listening. Your children cry with outstretched arms. You come up close to us, close and personal, wandering in the gutter, reaching the forgotten, bringing healing. I hear you singing, Father, Father, holding the hand of the orphan child and the widowed mother. Father, Father, holding the hand of the orphan child. And you're here with me, and you're listening. So many times, restoring the broken hearted. Father, to the fatherless, placing the lonely into family. You're carrying the tears we cried so many times, restoring broken hearted, the broken hearted. Father, Father, hold holding the hand of the orphan child, the widowed mother, father, holding the hand of the orphan child. And you're here with me, you're listening. You're here with me, and you're listening. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well done, those of you who didn't clap. Thanks for those who did clap first off. That was great. We've got one more song for you. Hope you're having a great weekend, by the way. Isn't it amazing weather? Is it going to rain? No? Yes? No? It's probably going to be raining in the UK when we get back. We've got one more song. It's a song called You Got Me. And give me a sec. I'll find it in my thing. Here it is. How are we doing, boys? We all good? Yeah? This song talks about, God, you've got me. In the midst of everything, you've still got me. Despite my doubts sometimes, despite my fears, you've still got me. Here we go. Okay? I've been wearing a mask, living like a lonely ghost in my past. In this time, I've been hanging there, though I'm hidden in shadowy night. And I've been wondering if I let go now. Wondering, and I've been wondering if I let go. You got me holding tight, tighter than I thought possible. You've got me. You got me holding long, and I breathe your breath, come inflate my lungs. You've got me, you've got me. I can seem to add up what I thought was easy to solve. In this sum, I see anomalies there, and I can't work it out alone. Work it out, and I've been wondering if I let go now. Wondering, and I've been wondering if I let go. You got me holding tight, tighter than I thought possible. You've got me. You got me holding long, and I breathe your breath, come inflate my lungs. You've got me, you've got me. It's a spinning mind, holding tight, tighter than I thought possible. You've got me. Try and sing along if you want. You've got me holding long, and I breathe your breath, come invade my lungs. You've got me, you've got me. Thank you so much. Maybe see you next year.